Today we're going to be talking about stem-changing verbs, and I will probably say it in Spanish a lot, so you'll need to be able to recognize that stem-changing verbs in Spanish is verbos que cambian de raíz, or verbs that change stem. So make sure you know that verbos que cambian de raíz. There are three types of stem-changing verbs in Spanish. Today we're just going to be doing the verbs that stem change from E to IE. And I'm going to explain what stem changing means. These are some stem changing verbs. We've already done one of them, which is tener, so you should already know that one, which means to have. We have querer, which you may have heard other people say before, which is to want. Preferir, pretty easy, to prefer. Cerrar, you might recognize that because we've used it before with la puerta, to close. Empezar, to begin or to start. Entender, you may be familiar with that one as well, to understand. And then pensar, to think. Okay, I can already tell that this marker is going to be terrible today. Okay, so a stem changing verb means that the stem of the verb changes when you conjugate it. The stem is always the second to last vowel. So remember, the last vowel tells you whether it's an AR, ER, or IR verb. The stem is the second to last vowel. So in tener, it's the E. In preferir, it would be this E. In cerrar, it would be this E. In empezar, it would be this E. In entender, it would be this E. In pensar, it would be this E. So it's always the second to last vowel of the verb. So remember, we've already done tener, and the two would be tienes, ella usted tiene, ellos tienen. So you already kind of know how it works, stem change E to IE. So just let's go back really quickly to our conjugations in general for AR verbs: o, as, a, amos, on. For ER verbs: o, es, e, amos, en. And for IR verbs: o, es, e, emos, en. Okay, so for like cerrar, which again is to close, the yo form, the stem that changes is the E, and it stem changes to E to IE. So the yo would be cierro, I close, to cierras, you close, él, ella, usted, cierra, he or she closes, or you form a close. Nosotros, there is no stem change. You just keep the letter. Cerramos, we close. And then ellos, ellas, ustedes, cierran, they close, or you all close. So these verbs are called boot verbs, or la bota, because everything stem changes in the boot. We don't stem change in the nosotros because it's not in the boot or in la bota. Okay, so another verb like querer, to want. This is going to be the vowel that stem changes because it's the second to last vowel. So yo quiero, to quieres, él, ella, usted quiere, nosotros queremos, no stem change. And then ellos, ellas, ustedes quieren. And remember, the nosotros is not going to stem change because it's not in the boot. All right, let's do a little practice. Okay, I prefer Draco. So remember, prefer is going to preferir. The E here is going to stem change. So I prefer would be yo prefero, Draco. He understands Spanish. To understand, entender. This E is going to stem change. So él entiende español. Think about school. To think is pensar. We think is not going to stem change because it's not in the boot. Nosotros pensamos en la escuela. Note that about in Spanish is in. Pensamos en la escuela. Pensar pretty much almost always goes with in. Okay, they want to talk. So want is going to be querer, and we already did the conjugation chart for this one. So ellos quieren hablar. Plural, quieren, stem change e to ie. Note that when you have two verbs in a row, you don't conjugate the second verb. The second verb stays the infinitive. Ellos quieren hablar. They want to talk. So you don't conjugate the second verb if you have two verbs in a row. You just conjugate the first verb. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Remember that they're going to stem change, E to IE, second to last vowel, only in the boot. Thank you.